Welcome to Tales of Honor, a podcast with a mission to tell the true stories of every recipient of our nation's highest military award, the Medal of Honor. Hello everyone and welcome to today's episode of Tales of Honor podcast. This is episode number 545. Only one more episode for the month of August, and then we'll be moving on to a different conflict of recipients. So, have yet to figure that out, but we'll get there when we get there. One birthday to go over today, and it belongs to Mr. Joseph Robert Carey, also known as Bob Carey. He was born on August 27th, 1943, so his birthday was yesterday, and he turned the beautiful age of 79 years old. He is a former U.S. Navy SEAL that earned the Medal of Honor for his actions during the Vietnam War. So a very happy birthday to Mr. Bob Carey. Let's see here. I don't have any other birthdays to go over today, but one little bit of information. I started tracking my coverage here of Medal of Honor recipients. And I'll keep this brief, but I decided to do a spreadsheet breakdown of all the recipients. So in case you're following along and want to know where I stand as far as my progress in this mission of telling every story of every single Medal of Honor recipient, there are 3,534 total Medals of Honor that have been issued. 19 of those have been double recipients, so that number minus 19. After today's episode, I will have covered 551 recipients, making it 15.6% complete in my mission. Man, it looks, you hear 551, you're like, wow, that's quite a bit. And you're like, oh, you're only 15% of the way done. Yeah, we got quite a ways ahead of us to go. But the good news is I'm 100% on double recipients, 100% on global war on terror recipients, 100% on the Haitian expedition recipients, 100% on the Korean campaign, and 100% on the Somalian campaign here. So some of those are crossed off the list here, we got quite a ways to go here. But that's just a little quick update as to where we sit on coverage. So that's all I got for today. Let's jump right on into today's Tale of Honor. Edgar was born in Leadville, Colorado on the 22nd of November, 1944, and he enlisted in the U.S. Army at 19 from Denver, Colorado. In 1967, he deployed to the Republic of Vietnam with the 1st Battalion, 5th Cavalry, 1st Cavalry Division, Air Mobile, and it was his actions on the 21st of June that would cost him his life and earn him the Medal of Honor. The citation reads, "For conspicuous gallantry and intrepidity in action at the risk of his life above and beyond the call of duty, serving as a medical aidman with Company B, Specialist 5th Class McWethy accompanied his platoon to the site of a downed helicopter. Shortly after the platoon established a defensive perimeter around the aircraft, a large enemy force attacked the position from three sides with a heavy volume of automatic weapons fire and grenades. The platoon leader and his radio operator were wounded almost immediately, and Specialist 5th Class McWethy rushed across the fire-swept area to their assistance. Although he could not help the mortally wounded radio operator, Specialist 5th Class McWethy's timely first aid enabled the platoon leader to retain command during this critical period. Hearing a call for aid, Specialist 5th Class McWethy started across the open toward the injured men, but was wounded in the head and was knocked to the ground. He regained his feet and continued on, but was hit again, this time in the leg. Struggling onward despite his wounds, he gained the sight of his comrades and treated their injuries. Observing another fallen rifleman lying in an exposed position raked by enemy fire, Specialist 5th Class McWethy moved toward him without hesitation. Although the enemy fire wounded him a third time, Specialist 5th Class McWethy reached his fallen companion. Though weakened and in extreme pain, Specialist 5th Class McWethy gave the wounded man artificial respiration, but suffered a fourth and fatal wound. Through his indomitable courage, complete disregard for his safety, and demonstrated concern for his fellow soldiers, Specialist 5th Class McWethy inspired the members of his platoon and contributed in great measure to their successful defense of the position and the ultimate rout of the enemy force. Specialist 5th Class McWethy's profound sense of duty, bravery, and his willingness to accept extraordinary risks in order to help the men of his unit are characteristic of the highest traditions of the military service and reflect great credit upon himself and the U.S. Army. Edgar was 22 years old at the time of his death, and his family received his Medal of Honor from President Nixon on the 16th of October, 1969, in a ceremony at the White House. Edgar L McWethy Jr. is buried with his parents in Penn Cemetery in Baxter Springs, Kansas. His name appears on the National Vietnam Veterans Memorial in Washington, D.C., panel 22E, line 32. And that was the Tale of Honor. Thank you for listening to Tales of Honor, and if you enjoyed the show, please be sure to subscribe and tell your friends and family. Tales of Honor is written and produced by Christoph Ambrosch, and theme music is Loyalty and Duty by Floruz Music. If you have any questions, you can send an email to talesofhonorpodcast@gmail.com, and please be sure to visit talesofhonorpodcast.com for more episodes and information.